Hi, I'm McGruer and I am founder of Business Consort Digital and Social Media Academy. And this is also part of our agency. So many moons ago, back at the ripe old age of 21, I started my first ever business, Aurora Marketing. And I wanted to really help businesses of all sizes actually start harnessing the massive power of online marketing. So what I did was, I don't know whether this was arrogance or naivety, but I set off at the age of 21 after working for multinationals and traveling the world. I'd had a huge experience and a really fast-tracked way into business, because some of the businesses I started with were startup businesses. So I was seeing the start of something that was just a premise right the way through to a global business. There hasn't been nothing better for me than on-the-job experience. I literally started in college. I did obviously my normal route of education, and then I decided that academia wasn't for me. Now, the irony is that obviously I started my business quite young, and I started in the workplace quite young. So my first job, I think I was earning £30,000 at 18. And this was amazing. And back then, I mean, this is 20 years ago, it was a great salary. I landed myself a good job and I fast tracked it through, and I got a massive boost in my initial career progression. So it was a very steep learning curve, but huge opportunity. And then I decided that the path I'd taken, which ironically was internet focused, but programming was not for me. So what I decided to do was I was going to be a programmer. I was really into tech. I was fascinated with the internet. And programming was something that no one else, especially females, were doing back then. So I decided to do that. I was studying it at college. While I was working full time, I was literally coming out of college doing programming, only female in the class. I was also, I felt ancient at that point, although I was only 18, 19. And I really kind of embraced this to the point that I decided then I wanted to get my Microsoft exams, my engineering, and I got into category 5 cabling and how you connected patch panels to get computers onto an internet network. This was my fascination, and I soon realized that this maybe wasn't the road for me. I loved it. I mean, I am absolutely a techie geek, but I realized that I needed something that was more creative and something that was really business focused. I've got a real passion from working with a startup and seeing everything from a business operational view and having that life experience. I was passionate about psychology. I loved the way you could explore and understand consumers and how they purchased and what that life cycle looked like. I was passionate about business and making money, and I was really passionate about the power of the internet. So how could I work with all of those and develop my career? What was my career progression? So I literally started out and decided I was going to do my Chartered Institute of Marketing exams. And this was going to be my entry point into the world of marketing. Now, the internet was still quite new then. If you think about it, Google had just sort of started, and we were seeing the emergence of people taking advantage of email marketing and websites. And the programming side and creating websites appealed to me because it had the visual and it had the energy and the consumer and the creative. But marketing was definitely a passion. So I knew as soon as I started doing my Chartered Institute of Marketing course that this was for me. I did it 2 nights a week from 6 till 9. I don't know how I did it. It almost killed me. And then once I got to that point, I decided that, yeah, I was going to forge ahead. So my role evolved into the world of marketing management. And then I decided at 21 that because I've been working in marketing and that I felt I had this vast life experience, I set up an agency. Now, it wasn't all plain sailing, I have to say, but one of the best learning curves it gave me was an understanding of business from start to finish, and also from getting my own business online. So for the past 20 years, I have worked in digital marketing. I've literally evolved at the speed of digital marketing, and so has my career. Right the way through to in 2005, I set up Business Consort Digital and Social Media Academy. Now that stemmed from the fact that I had been running a program called the Business Partner Program, or the Virtual Business Partner Program. And That was basically so that because there was only one of me in my agency at that time, I could work one-to-many rather than one-to-one. So I had lots of clients that I was helping get onto online, utilize email marketing, and I had to program everything at that point because there was no digital marketing tools. So my experience in programming did lend itself very well for that. And obviously pulling reports, had to write all of those too. So the Virtual Business Partner Program was born. It soon got to a point where literally people wanted more, and I was basically being pushed organically by and driven by my customers. So my business has kind of flourished based on demand. And what happened is the emergence of Business Consort actually came from being approached by a large Northwest exhibition company and being asked to build a social network. Now, it was not like Facebook or anything that we know in today's social media, but basically it was a platform to get exhibitors and also attendees to connect so they could network before, during, and after the exhibition. Now, little did we know that we were going to get 50,000 people within here. And the platform then soon evolved into its own social network. And we had a panel of experts, and we evolved quickly into doing UK-wide networking events. We did events that were hosted in car showrooms, in Aston Martin, Bentley, Ferrari. You know, literally these networking events were at the peak when networking was just central to business. And I loved being part of that. And the events were quite different because they're cocktail parties. They were in the evening. We had chocolate fountains, driving simulators, all these different things. We even had a cocktail bar with a drink named after us. Now, once the networking was established and the platform was there, again, the next step for me as a business owner was that my clients who I was serving on the agency and also the networking and the panel, then they wanted their team's training, their clients' training. And I soon saw this gap, this skills gap in digital, that it wasn't just about me doing it. I was teaching more and more of the teams and doing this in-house training. But I also saw a lot of rogue businesses because, as with anything, you know, the peak and the emergence of social and digital, what happened? Well, loads of people out there were teaching people how to do SEO and social media, but these were not best practice. These were things that could be endangering a business's brand or even online visibility. You know, they could be disqualified by Google, and we saw that in the early 2000s. So I felt that there was a real place for practitioners like me, people who were living and breathing digital marketing, to not just teach the theory, but actually teach the implementation, the tools, the case studies in real world business. So that's where Business Consort was born, and I started the academy. And I've never looked back, honestly. For me, it's the most exciting part of the business because I love teaching and I love sharing my knowledge, and it's something that really invigorates me. And there's nothing nicer than empowering somebody to and see how their business scales and grows. So we started training about 5,000 students a year, but the most important aspect was this best practice. So back then, I decided that we were going to become a Chartered Institute of Marketing Accredited Study Centre. It was a long process, really, really long process, and there was a lot of work to get to that point. But do you know what? I am super proud to say that we are, you know, years and years on, 28,000 students on that we've trained and certified in the academy. But the Chartered Institute of Marketing accreditation was super important for the best practice. You know, people knowing that they were being trained to industry standard, the latest tips, latest trends, latest tools, that things were going to work, and that they knew that if they implemented that strategy, it was absolutely the best strategy, and it was a route that was going to be best for their business, and it was going to have obviously a positive effect and help them achieve whatever their business goals were. So this is something that obviously doing accredited courses, I started doing more and more, and we were traveling around the UK. And then we took them online, and then obviously went, you know, started serving clients in on a global manner, and taking Business Consort worldwide was a dream that I'd never envisaged, but it, you know, it happened. And this is when I started really feeling that people were jumping on board online marketing. They saw the value of digital marketing. And in 2010, we were already delivering, you know, qualification. And the great news is the qualification that we give access to and our students graduate with is a worldwide recognized qualification, and the CIM diploma in professional digital marketing, what I love about it is it's actually designed by industry for industry. So it's real world strategy, and even the assignments that students do are, you know, creating a plan, you know, a report about lead generation, everything that you would envisage that a digital marketer, a proficient digital marketer would do in a role. So this was something that people were crying out for. And, you know, again, it's still one of the most popular courses that we offer. And once people graduate, you know, it gives a confidence behind knowing, not just from a practitioner level, but, you know, knowing they can implement those channels, but also guide in a strategic level from a, you know, and be a leader. So we had lots of clients who had teams and they were briefing agencies. They were maybe not doing the digital in-house, but they needed to understand the concepts and the theories and the actual actions to know whether those suppliers were even doing the right job. So for me, there's three things that have been very, very important to me in my story as a business owner and entrepreneur. I have multiple businesses now, but the Academy is definitely my passion. And it's been amazing that I've managed to turn my passion into profit. And, you know, digital marketing is my hobby. And, you know, for me, it's very easy to keep up to speed because I'm living it and breathing it. But we wanted to bring practitioners to people, and I think this is something that we really exude, because the way that we teach and the style that we teach is all about case studies, you know, seeing what the knowledge and the theory is in real world business, and showcasing the tools. You know, a digital marketer needs a tool set. You need to understand the best tool and best way, the most efficient and effective way to get from A to B. And because we're using these in the agency with clients every day, it's very easy to be a marketing mentor, not just to our students, but to our clients. And then in 2019, I published my book, Dynamic Digital Marketing. There we go. And this book is very special to me, 400 pages in this book. But basically, it's packed full of everything in my head and the process that we teach within the Academy. So I basically decided I wanted to write a book because within the book, the styling that I created was all around our digital marketing model, which I shall show you now. And this was something that when I created my business, I felt that continuity in teaching was key. So when I did the book, I basically took the principle that we teach at our Fast Track Academy and showcased it. So each chapter that we have is basically a section out of my model. Now, the model here, which I'll show you, the dynamic digital marketing model is basically the 8 powerful ways to market your business online. And I identified that there were basically 8 key areas that any business needed to know to be powerful and to be able to reach and attract their ideal clients, nurture them through to profitable customers. And with the Fast Track Academy, we decided that we would offer that online. We would offer it in a 3-day course in London and Manchester. But we would also allow students to then upgrade and take that knowledge and go on and not just have a certified course, but go on to gain the CIM diploma in professional digital marketing, which is really popular because if you've gone and studied 80% of the syllabus, then many people see that there's a huge opportunity just to do that last bit and to really cement the knowledge and also get that amazing accolade, honorifics after the name, and an undergraduate level degree. So my book for me has been key because, you know, as a digital marketing speaker, author, and trainer, it's something that, as I say, is a passion. And for me, when my book hit #1 on Amazon, then it got shortlisted in the Business Book of the Year Awards, was just outstanding. I think the icing on the cake was when the Book Authority identified my book as one of the world's best digital marketing books, and then one of the best marketing books. So it's been a journey, and you know, it's still evolving for me, and you know, it's still growing. So I would love to connect with you, and I have social media profiles for McGruer, and also we have them for Business Consort. So if you would like to ask me anything about my journey as a business owner or entrepreneurial journey, or anything to do with digital marketing, please leave your comments below. But come and connect with me and join me on my journey in social media and digital marketing. And yeah, I will see you on the other side. So I hope you enjoyed my story, and I hope it did something to kind of, you know, share the possibilities that, you know, are available with digital. So let me know more about you, and come and connect with me. And also, I do digital marketing tips. So, you know, if you feel that, you know, digital marketing, the fast pace is quite difficult to keep up with, it might be worth signing up for the Dynamic Digital Digest, which is just a free email where I share my latest thoughts, inspirations, tools, tips and trends, and just basically free resources to help my clients and you know, subscribers in the world of digital. So thank you very much. That was me, and that was my story.